As our economy picks up, career mobility also increases. Ibig sabihin, ay parami ng parami ang mga palipat-lipat na mga trabaho. At base sa statistics, mas lalo nating itong nakikita sa mga generation ng mga millennials. Alam mo, Reza, ibang-iba ito sa aking eksperyensya nung ako'y nagtatrabaho pa sa aking former company because I was 15 years in that company, Avesco.
Mukhang hindi nga rin po ako pasok dyan, Bishop, kasi in my former market research company, I stayed for 10 years and happy to say that I'm still into this career as a market research professional. Kaya naman, pag-uusapan po natin ngayon ang napapanahong topic ng personality development.
Magiging interesting yan. And joining us to expound on personality development is Dr. Melinda Torres. Abangan yan sa ating What's Brewing.
Para naman po sa ating mga kabataan na nagsisimula pala maghanap ng trabaho, mga practical tips and guide on how to land your first job, from resume writing to power dressing to gaining that much needed confidence during the interview. Yan po ang ating exciting topics na hatid kasama sina Gabby at Rona sa ating Espresso Self, kasama si Mrs. Christy Delgado.
At syempre, kadalasan, pag usapang trabaho, di may iwasan nakakambal niyan ang stress o di kaya dahil sa pagiging busy natin, nawawala na tayo ng time to exercise regularly. Kaya naman, usapang sedentary lifestyle, no, and stress-related diseases prevention tayo sa ating Doc Talk, kasama si Daislin, Erica at si Dr. Rima Tandico Tan.
Isa na namang masaya at napaka-informative na 1 hour ang ating pagsasaluhan. Kaya naman, break muna at isantabi ang ating mga stress sa buhay at huwag kayong maglilipat ng channel. Ako po si Reza Abante Yebra.
Pag nilipat niyo po yan, ako may stress. At ako naman si Bishop Ruben Abante. Join us and let's have good talk over good coffee. Welcome to Lighthouse Cafe. The better part of my younger years I spent in the corporate world as division manager for the electronics division ng Avesco. And it was then one of the leading companies in the electronics and industrial electrical business. Well, even now, if I go to Avesco, I still see old faces. Pero talagang marami na ang nagbago.
Tama po yan, Bishop, ano? Kasi actually, ibang-iba na po ang nakikita natin ngayon. What we usually see now is faster career mobility. So, ibig sabihin po, palipat-lipat from one job to another, especially among the generation of the millennials. Statistics say that millennials' tenure tends to be only a little over 2 years compared to the older generations na ang tenure po nila ay at least 4 years.
Pero alam mo, nung araw, anak, if ever I would do an interview sa mga applicants and I would see that they just stayed in a company for a little less than 2 years, I don't usually get them.
Negative yun.
Oo. Well, anyway, personality development. Yan ang ating pag-uusapan ngayon sa ating show na ito. At kung ano ang halaga nito sa pagkakaroon ng mga trabaho. Mahalaga ba yan sa pagtatrabaho? What makes a person distinct? And how does his personality help him sa kanyang workplace?
Tama po yan. How an individual behaves at work and how he or she interacts with his colleagues and even responds to the daily stress at work depends on his or her personality. Alam naman po natin na sobrang stressful sa trabaho. And add to that, yung iba't ibang ugali ng mga empleyado.
Oo. Ako nga, stress na ako dito sa show natin. Pero you know, we should have good personality here, anak. Ano? So anyway, joining us is the Dean of the Institute of Tourism and Hotel Management ng Far Eastern University. And also a very good friend of mine, hindi lang friend, pero inaanak ko pa rin to, no? And dalawang doctorate nito, Reza. Dr. Melinda Torres. Mel,
hello
welcome
po.
to Lighthouse.
Welcome to Lighthouse Cafe.
Hello, Reza.
Gumanda yung aura ng ating ano?
Maganda
Bigla.
naman po talaga.
Parang naapektuhan ng personality mo.
Wow!
Okay. So, you've been dealing with young people, ano?
Yes.
And
students,
you've been developing
graduates.
them sa kanilang pagpasok sa mga trabaho.
That's right.
How important is personality?
It's really very important, Pastor and Reza. Personality as we teach. Actually, this is a 3-unit course in our program, in our curriculum, which is like 58 hours in a semester.
Okay.
And students will not graduate without taking this course. So in this course, they are developed holistically, like
Yeah.
physically. They have to be physically fit, and the way they present themselves in proper dressing.
Teka muna, ayusin ko muna.
Yes, the way they
Oh,
sit,
okay.
the way they walk, the way they
Yeah.
talk, even with the eye-to-eye contact.
Right.
Wow.
And not just physically, but mentally, they have to have the critical thinking.
Right.
They have to have this, they know what to answer properly. And mentally, psychologically, and socially. As Reza mentioned,
Ang dami
how
nun.
they
Talagang
relate.
very holistic.
Yes, because
Oo.
in this stage or period that we are in right now, it's not just the basic skills. When we say basic skills, these are they know how to write, they
Yes.
know how to speak, to talk, they can do some mathematical computations,
Yeah.
they have the technical skills. The millennials are very tech savvy, right? But on top of that,
You know, I remember, I'm coming from an engineering background.
yes.
No? At alam mo naman yung mga estudyante sa engineering, marami dyan hindi marunong mag-English.
Oh,
Totoo naman yun. Oo.
They're
Kahit
into
Pero magaling
numbers.
sa math.
Because they're into
saan.
numbers.
Oh, yes, yes. Meron kaming nung araw, no? Years and years and years back. Meron akong professor nung araw sa Strength of Materials. So we were there. Sabi niya ganyan alam niyo kayong mga magagaling sa math and everything. Seryoso kayo. Wala na kayong pag-asa sa buhay niyo. You will just be staff engineers, you will just be in your respective tables. Pero kayo mga madadaldal, ganyan, ano? Yung magaling yung personality niyo, congratulations, she will be the
Yes.
president and general alam mo, totoo.
Actually, Pastor, that's
Oh.
right. Because even if you are not yet in the workplace, as you apply, the
Yes.
companies, as I was telling a while ago, that in the companies, they advertise, the non-negotiable part is with pleasing personality.
Non-negotiable.
Yes, because
Pag sinabi po
it's
bang
written
with pleasing, anong encompassing ng pleasing na yun, na personality?
physically.
Okay.
Kasi that's why if you notice when you submit your resume, there's this picture. Where in fact you can even submit without a picture. But how come that it's a must that you have to put the picture there? Because you have to be physically with pleasing personality. Physically
Paano pag may
okay.
diferensya ka sa mukha?
Baka hindi na po matanggap.
Oo
A
naman,
factor
hindi
ba
ba?
yun?
Ang ginagawa po ng iba,
Nakakaano naman
meron na
yun?
tayong technology. Pwede nang i-enhance.
Pino-photoshop.
Yeah,
Kasi
pero
that's the
pag harap
first
mo,
step.
ikaw ba ito? Ganyan, nagsisinungaling
Doon
ka
na po
pala.
ipapakita ang personality.
Pero I'm sure hindi lang po yung sa mukha, di ba? Yung how
Oo.
they bear themselves pag interview.
But that's in the interview, yes. That's why in the resume, I think you will tackle that later on. It has to really be almost perfect because that's the first step.
Correct.
Pag hindi natanggap ang resume
In
mo,
fact,
wala
I
kang
know that the
interview.
most perfect a person can be is
Is
when
in the
he
resume.
is
Yes, correct.
he's
That's
presenting
right.
his resume.
But in well, how come that there is a need for an interview and not just once? Sometimes it's twice or thrice, and not just with one panel interviewer, but
Yes.
even 3 or 4 or 5 panelists, because that's the time that they want to check the personality of the applicant.
So what we're saying here is this, hindi naman natin tinatawaran yung dapat na competence
Yes.
ng mga estudyante, ng mga young people sa technical and
Correct.
everything. Pero wag natin ihuhuli yung what can be a development sa kanilang personality. Well, I teach management. And among the things that I say are the powers of the manager would be, one is position. Position is
Correct.
power. Competence is also
Yes.
power. And
Character.
is power. Pero ang isa pa dyan, yung personality. Yung bang pag pumasok ka sa kwarto, alam na ng tao na nandun ka.
Yes, they can
Iba
feel
ang
your
dating.
presence.
Yes.
You have that presence already.
Pero I'm sure po, iba-ibang personality ang required for different industries.
That's
Tama
right.
po ba yun?
Yes, that's right. For example, if you are in the HR department, most of the personality of the HR people that I met are really very strong because they are the ones in charge of strictly implementing the procedures and the policies of the company. So with the finance. But when you're in marketing, you have to be, hospitable, approachable. You have a different personality. You have the highest people skills. As
Kung
they call
hindi
it.
man maganda ang weight o malaki ang weight sa personality sa pagpasok ng isang rank and file,
Yes.
surely, when he goes up the ladder, Kailangan
That is
niya
what
yun.
is required, yes.
Oo.
For promotion.
Kasi you'll be working with people.
That's right.
Pag naging supervisor ka, meron kang tao sa ilalim mo, lalo pag angat mo.
Correct.
So malaki ang personality.
As you go up the ladder, the hierarchy of management from rank and file up to the top management level, nag-iiba-iba din po ang percentage na requirement for personality.
Pero let's be very specific here. For example, anong klaseng trabaho ang higit na kailangan ng personality? Can you cite some?
For soft skills, as we say, it's really the managerial level. Kasi ano po yung soft skills na pinag-uusapan? One is communication skills. If a manager doesn't have that good communication skills, it's difficult to lead. He cannot even instruct properly the people. So how can they follow if the instruction is not so clear? So communication skills, highest percentage when you are in the managerial level.
Aba, angat
Goes
pala yung
with
mga
decision-making,
Angat pala yung
Pastor.
mga young people na
Yes.
involved sa church.
Yes, actually they have a very good practice.
Oh, yes.
And if you are to get that soft skills training, if it's not really honed in the school,
Yes.
if you want to get it outside, it's very expensive. But in the
Talaga?
church, they get it for free.
For free.
Yes.
Ini-encourage pa
Yes,
sila.
that's right. And they are given a lot of situations, instances to really develop and enhance these soft skills.
Pero bakit po kanina dun sa statistics natin, maraming mga millennials na talagang palipat-lipat ng trabaho, hindi nagtatagal. May kinalaman din po ba yun sa personality nila?
Yes, kasi hindi sila makakope up sa stress, hindi nila alam kung paano i-cope up yung difficulty, challenges, or even they cannot cope up with failures. Yes. So that's why, in terms of personality, that's why the soft skills, not just communication skills, but also teamwork. That's actually one of the major problem in the research, that the reason for leaving a company, it's because either the person is not a team player or the boss is not a good boss. Meaning,
sinisisi nila yung mga crab mentality rin sa loob ng kumpanya.
that's another difficult problem of personality, Pastor. But if you really want to excel in the workplace, you really have to have this, hindi naman siya strong personality, but the perseverance, the
Pero
patience.
aren't we talking of something na hindi tugma sa tradisyon ng mga Pilipinang mahihiyain?
Oo nga po. Hindi na po uso ngayon yan, Pastor.
Hindi
ang
na.
maging mahihain. Pag mahihain po, forever kang rank and file. But if you want to be promoted, you have to be...
Napakatindi naman ng...
Yes, really.
But you're talking from experience.
Yes. I have to cite an example. When I was a cashier in Jollibee, way back, never mind the years, I am already a Christian. And then when I was a cashier, an employee approached me and said, break ko, Mel, pahingi akong French fries. Sabi ko, okay. So I gave her the fries. Sabi niya, asan yung Chicken Joy? Sabi, you only paid for French fries. Why will I give you Chicken Joy? Kailangan makisama ka. Kasi bago ka lang. But I did not. I did not give. What I did, I called for the manager and said, Ma'am, bakit siya nangihingi ng Chicken Joy? So with that, I was promoted. I became a regular employee because alam ng manager na, you have this personality to stood up for what is right.
Alam niyo po, kung hindi pa kayo Kristiyano, magandang training po yung pagiging Kristiyano. Involved sa mga churches? Oh, yes.
Kasi yun din po yung challenge, di ba? I mean, in a workplace, ang daming empleyado, 100 to 200 employees.
Yes.
Tapos may isang Christian doon, So, in that particular environment, paano mag-stand out? Paano magiging peculiar or distinct pa ang isang Christian na in a place na nag-excel naman lahat?
Oo. Katulad ng lagi nating naririnig, Reza, sa pulpit, that we are peculiar because we are extraordinary people. When I say extraordinary, hindi tayo Superman or super...
naririnig?
Above the usual.
Hindi siya above the
Above
usual.
the usual.
Like for example, if you are given an assignment to submit a report, as an extraordinary person, you will not just do it in a regular thing, just a normal thing. You will be creative. You'll think of things that somehow you will be above the reports which will be given to the boss or to the manager. And if the boss says, you have to report at 6, you will be there at 5:30 because you know that you are above the rest.
Well, that's good.
Or you want to show...
You know how I say it palagi sa pulpito,
Opo.
how Christians should be peculiar or above the usual. Sabi ko pa, if the world would be sitting, then the Christian should be standing. And if the world would be standing, then the Christian should stand out.
Correct.
And if the world would dare to stand out, then the Christian should be outstanding. And if everyone would be outstanding, then the Christians should be the standard.
Correct. And it's not easy, Pastor.
It's not.
Because you said there are people around who will
Yes.
really pull you down.
Pero kung ang personality mo,
Yes.
no, is one that is very very solid.
I believe it goes
Actually-
with the faith.
Yes. Oo. Kasi our faith, for example, biblical Christian faith always talks about virtues,
Correct.
no? Of how the Spirit really takes hold of the person. Kung tayo naman talaga ang palaging ikokontrol ng ating sarili, wala eh.
Correct.
Wala eh. But we get the Spirit and the Word of God to be teaching us. Alam mo, ang gandang topic nito, ha? Pero ikaw, halimbawa, you're in Far East...
Eastern University.
Far East, Far
FEU,
Eastern-
Pastor.
I know,
FEU.
Akala ko Far East
Broadcasting.
Far
Okay.
Eastern University.
Iba-ibang klaseng tao, no? You even have non-Filipinos there.
Yes, we have foreigners, we have LGBT people,
Yes.
we have, actually ang challenge ko when I started, I almost resigned, but you said I should not resign, so I did not. The challenge that I faced there was that the faculty members that I have to
Yeah, but my
remove.
point is this, you've gone around actually.
Yes.
And you've compared people.
Yes.
Hindi natin maiiwasan yan.
Correct.
Ako din nung araw, I've gone around sa mga international conferences, pero I look at Filipinos, they have something in them
Yes.
na talagang very unique, lalo na yung being
Warm
able to
personality.
warm at
Hospitable.
yung the way they deliver themselves.
Correct.
So ibig sabihin, may paghuhugutan na tayo.
Yes. Actually, Pastor, even in the international internship that we have in Thailand, in US, my students are always being commended because they say they speak fluently in English, though they said, hindi naman po, ma'am. Actually, when they come to my office, hindi sila nakaka-English. But when they go to US and to Thailand, kino-comment sila kasi magaling mag-English, warm, very sincere ang kanilang smile, ang kanilang service. So it goes for all the, I believe, Filipinos, that we are really like that.
Sabi nila actually, napakabilis mag-adapt ng mga
Correct.
Filipinos. Ano?
And resilient too.
Resilient din, kahit saan mo ilagay, kahit na anong experience. Ano?
What do
Very
you advise people? For example, Madam Mel, paano ko madidevelop ang personality ko? For example, yan ang tanong. So where do I begin?
Actually, Pastor, alam naman nila yan eh. They know, they have, I don't really believe na hindi nila alam. They know their weaknesses.
Kasi kung ang
First
tatanungin
thing is
nila,
acceptance.
kung ang tatanungin nila yung magulang nila, syempre pinakagwapo
Perfect.
sila. Oo.
Wala silang weakness.
Perfect ka.
Yes.
Hindi po alam nila yan. Kasi kahit yung first year students namin, alam nila kung anong weakness nila. The only
Right.
thing that should be done is one, accept
Yes.
that you have that kind of weakness. And second, do something about your weakness. Kaya yung gusto ko po sana sabihin kanina na, of course, there are people around you, but you're not competing with them. I don't compete with anyone. I
Okay.
compete with myself. If I am
Uy,
at this
maganda yan,
level,
maganda yan.
I want to strive more and better myself more. So when
I
I get
see.
promoted, it's not because I am competing with anyone. It's because I really want to deliver the best performance that I can do because I'm competing with myself. Yun
That's
ang,
good.
opo.
Pero kasi minsan, ang attitude ng tao palaging, hindi.
Kasi pag tumingin ka po sa labas, tapos pinupull down ka, sinisiraan ka, mahihina ka. But, just look up and then look at yourself. Kung paano.
I see.
That's why I always say this to my academic managers. Our punctuality does not depend on anyone. If you are the first person, people who are there in the office or in the meeting, so be it. Kasi hindi naman kami nakadepende na late pala yung nagpa-meeting.
So ano pa po masasabi natin? Like halimbawa dun sa mga nagkatrabaho na ngayon na gusto sanang ma-promote, paano pa nila ma-improve other than accepting their weaknesses?
Ayun. If they are already, of course, I believe they are already competent because they were hired. So alam nila yung basic skills, alam nila yung technical skills, then work on the personality that they have. For one is yung communication skills. Pag alam nilang hindi sila ganun kagaling mag-Ingles, edi get help. They can practice.
This will be a very practical question. Meron tayo mga union. No? Maraming mga companies, meron mga union.
Yes, unionized companies.
Oo. Ang ginagawa ng mga iba, sumasandal sila sa union para sa kanilang pag-angat. No? Not necessarily because of what they are, because of their personality, pero dahil yun ang dinidemand ng union. What can you say about that?
Actually, hindi po siguro, Pastor, yung pag-angat, pero yung kanilang tenureship na hindi sila
Okay.
matatanggal because they're regular employees and they are members of the union. Pero in terms of promotion, I strongly believe that all companies now have this performance appraisal system. That it is performance-based. Kahit sino ka pa, kung best friend ka ng union president, if you are not performing based on the criteria given by the company, definitely you will not be promoted or worse, pwede rin matanggal. Ganun po. Kaya, it's really performance-based. And then, as you perform, you are not again competing with others. You perform better and better against yourself in the previous years or months. So, alam naman po nila kung ano yung performance criteria
Alam mo anak, ang magandang laro is golf. Because actually, you do not compete sa mga kalaro mo. Ikaw mismo ang kalaro mo. You know, you compete with yourself. At ang talagang kalaban mo, yung
whole
golf
ring.
course. No?
Yes.
You have to overcome that. Well, maganda ito ha.
Opo.
Meron po ba nag-offer ng mga ganyang courses?
Ay, marami.
Na outside the university?
Merong Guthrie Jensen, for example, John Robert Powers, SAS. Alam mo, sa technology ngayon, Reza, kasalanang mortal na, ang walang nalalaman. Like, if you really want to better yourself, go get your smartphone, kahit nga ang mga janitor guards, meron ng smartphone, ang drivers, ang taxi, ang mga over-taxi drivers, di ba? So much more yung mga students or people who are working in the workplace. They have this smartphone, they just have to Google and look for this, anong tawag doon? Training companies. Oo. That's why the SCHR can offer that too.
Yeah.
Diba?
Kasi sila din, kasi gito ang damit nila, ba't pa ako magbabago?
Ay,
parang ganun,
hindi po
no?
pwede yun, Pastor. If you want to achieve something, you really have to move up. You cannot just say, kasi ganito ako di po ba yun ang old man? Hindi ka na ganun
Ano ibig sabihin ng old man?
Because sa old man, hindi pa siya saved. So, old man pa siya. Since na-saved na siya, there's a new man in him.
Yes.
Therefore, you have to really be excellent already because you're a peculiar person. Somebody new, something new has happened to you already.
You know, that's one thing that we appreciate as biblical Christians. In fact, ang secular world, it's all about, you know, having this technical knowledge, and everything. Pero hindi yun. Hindi yun.
Hindi lang yun.
Correct.
Magaling ka nga kumanta, you can deliver, you can do, you know,
Opo, tulad ng preaching mo.
maganda yung boses mo, pero,
Yung loob.
yeah. I have a story. For example, there's a story of, yung bang nagkaroon ng oratorical na presentation. At sabi nung moderator, our contest piece is Psalm 23. You know? So may mga nagtaas ng kamay. And the first one was a young man. And he recited, you know, Psalm 23. Wow, talagang lahat ng mechanics, no, kung paano magbigay ng oratorical na stage performance, no, stage presence, yung bang tingin, no, eye contact, lahat, pati yung projection ng boses. And then, meron pang isa nagtaas ng kamay, and this was an old man, and he came up the platform, and yung young man, pagkatapos siya, palakpakan yung mga tao. Pero when the old man came and he recited Psalm 23, he just looked up, no, and then opened his arms, and he recited Psalm 23. When he was done, nobody clapped their hand. Ang sabi ng moderator, you know, the young man, he knows the psalm. But this old man, he knows the shepherd.
That's right.
Yan ang dating ng personal.
Personal, yes.
Oh, yes.
That's right.
Nag-preach na ako.
Opo. If I may add also,
Yes.
Pastor, as I was saying, you compete with yourself.
Yes.
There's nobody that you are competing with. The reason being, you want to bless and you want somebody to be seen in you.
Yes.
If you have, as I said, if you are saved, you have the Lord Jesus Christ, then you are doing it not just for anybody else.
Yes.
You want yourself
And you just
to be
want to
better.
please God.
Yes.
Oh, that is very good.
So, with that, I think nobody will go wrong. Everybody will be successful.
Doc Mel, you are a good testimony kahit sa school mo.
Amen.
Thank you. Thank you for the
Pastor.
grace
Thank
of
you for
God.
having me here.
Oh,
Thank you.
yes.
Maraming salamat.
Very good. Well, to continue our discussion on career preparation, samahan naman natin si Gabby at Rona as they talk about the job hunter's career path. So, tune in sa ating Espresso Self.
Mga usaping in, mga paksang trending,
Mga talakayang may kabuluhan.
lifestyle at kulturang sariling atin.
Buhay Pinoy, pag-usapan natin dito sa Espresso
Espresso
Self!
Trabaho or career, yan ang common focus ng karamihan sa ating mga kabataang Pilipino. Well, tama lang, dahil nag-aaral tayo ng mabuti para magkaroon ng marangal na trabaho. Nagsisikap tayo upang lalo pang mapaganda ang ating trabaho at nagsasakripisyo tayo para umangat or mapromote sa ating mga trabaho.
That's so true, Gabby, no? We invest our abilities and efforts, our money, and most especially, our precious time upang mapagsikapang makahanap ng magandang trabaho hanggang sa pagpapanatili nito.
Tama ka dyan, Rona. Pero alam mo ba, ayon sa Philippine Statistics Authority, as of April 2016, 23% ng mga college graduates ay unemployed at mahigit 40% naman ang mga underemployed.
Wow, you mentioned, Gabby, about underemployed and unemployed. Ano nga ba yung difference ng dalawa for the benefit of our viewers?
Unemployed, ito yung mga walang trabaho talaga. Ang underemployed naman, ito yung mga graduates na may trabaho ngunit wala sa linya or course nila yung trabaho nila.
Ayan, for example, ako po ay isang nursing graduate. Pero nagtatrabaho ako bilang isang cashier sa isang mall. Medyo malayo, di ba? Kumbaga, mismatched ang aking education sa aking employment.
Pero syempre, kapag naghahanap naman tayo ng trabaho, Rona, ang una nating ina-applyan ay yung mga trabahong gusto natin at swak sa ating kakayanan.
Kaya lang hindi natin maiiwasan ng mga pagkakataon na hindi naman natin nakukuha yung trabahong gusto talaga natin. Minsan nga, nahihirapan pa tayong kumuha ng kahit anong trabaho. And while there are a lot of factors at play, one of the more important things na tatandaan ng mga applicants ay ang kanilang preparation for the job interview.
Yes, Rona, wag na nga tayo magpaligoy-ligoy pa. Introduce na natin ang ating guest. She's the HR manager in Toyota, Miss Christy Delgado.
Welcome to Lighthouse Cafe, Miss Christy.
Hi, good day.
Ayan. At ano ba, siguro simulan natin dun sa common job hunting mistakes, Miss Christy. And nasa number 1 sa list na ito ay yung random job hunting. Tama ba yun?
Yeah.
Tama.
Random job
Oo.
search pala.
Wow,
Ito
parang-
yung mga ano yung kahit anong available na trabaho ay a-applyan na nila kaagad. For example, may narinig sila sa radyo na hiring, pupuntahan ka agad nila yung opisina, or sa mga job fair, yung submit ng resume sa lahat ng booths. Ano pong masasabi niyo tungkol doon?
Actually, ito yung yung apply isang aplikante. Lalo na pagka may narinig sila sa radio, tapos pupunta at doon na minsan may scam na nangyayari.
Yeah.
Lalo na sa mga FB na nakikita natin yan. So, kay madaling maniwala doon kasi baka mamaya, yun nga, may scam. At lalo-lalo na kung di naman legit yung ating mga sources. So,
I think, Miss Christy, yung mindset ng mga applicants natin is parang more applications, more chances of
Getting
securing that job or getting or winning a position. So, kumusta ba yung ganun mindset na hanggat maaari, damihan mo yung mga ina-applyan mo, as in kalat na kalat?
Well, nowadays, alam natin na ang mga companies, they are looking for specialists, not generalists. So, kailangan meron ka ring personal brand na i-develop. Lalo-lalo na, you have to match the job requirements. Kung ano yung nire-require na isang trabaho, dapat ganun yung skills na, ma-identify mo skills mo and your competencies para mas magiging productive ka, lalo na dun sa a-applyan mong trabaho.
So that being said, hindi pala advisable na ganun yung gawin natin, na basta submit
Oo.
ng resume.
Kasi masasayang lang, it's a waste of time. Lalo na kung hindi mo naman ganun kakilala yung company. Dapat alamin mo rin kung anong klaseng company na applyan mo should be aligned doon sa values mo rin, doon sa principles mo. Dahil yan ay magiging trabaho mo na for a long time, di ba? Hindi ka naman maghahanap ng trabaho na, well, after month or after a year, gusto mo nang maghanap pa uli ng trabaho. So, kailangan i-match mo talaga yung skills mismo ikaw doon sa job requirements ng isang company.
Ano pa yung mga best way, best platforms kung saan ka talaga dapat mag-apply or
Apply.
mag-submit ng resume?
Job streets, number 1, no? Pagka naghahanap ka ng trabaho. Jobs DB, yan. Meron din tayong mga job fair, yan, sa mga schools. At kasi yun talagang meron silang mga budget for that. Kaya for sure, hindi tayo lulukohin ng mga yan. So make sure na well-researched din, lalo na yung mga pupuntahan nyo at pag-a-applyan ninyo.
So most companies po talaga ngayon, they advertise yung mga vacancies sa kanilang kumpanya through online platforms and
online
job
recruitment,
fairs.
yan.
What about yung mga walk-in? Uso pa ba
Ayan.
yan? Yung mga walk-in,
Meron pa
Miss
ba?
Christine?
Walk-in applicants?
Yes.
Yes, oo, marami. Kaya lang, syempre kapag especially if you're starting out at wala ka pa masyadong experience, basta ka na lang, apply ka na lang na apply no? Baka punta ka dito sa ganitong area, wow, nakita nila merong
Kasi ganun
ads,
dati.
no?
Oo.
So speaking of resume, that na-mention mo na Miss Christine, no? I think one of the common mistakes din ng mga applicants is very generic yung resume nila.
Yes.
Actually, may hinanda kami ni Rona na
Ayan.
sample resume. Ito, kay Juan de la Cruz. Okay? So, mukhang maganda naman siya, malinis. Okay, may career objective, may name, andyan din yung work experience. Siguro, let's evaluate yung career objective, for instance. Sabi dito, to be part of your company, together enhancing my skills and gaining useful work experience for my personal and professional growth and seeing myself with much contribution for the continuing success of the company.
Haba naman, ano? Alam nyo, pagka tinigyan nyo ng hiring managers, naku, baka mamaya, doon pa lang sa unang, sa unang part pa lang, medyo... But make sure that yung career objective mo, at least 2 to 3 liners, and i-highlight mo, yung major qualities na nagmamatch doon sa hinahanap nilang requirement.
So dapat sa objective pa lang nakikita na siya.
Make sure that it's relevant to the job.
Top 3 tips, Ms. Christine.
Okay, I'll just give
in terms
practical
of writing a resume.
tips sa sa pagsulat ng resume ninyo.
Ito ay first time applicants
Yes,
ba ito?
oo.
Mga
Siguro
first-time
naman.
applicants. First and foremost, syempre, you have to brainstorm. Before you encode and you type, you have to brainstorm. Lalo na dun sa, you have to jot down kung ano yung experiences mo, ano yung mga skills mo, ano yung qualifications, and even yung yung mga experiences mo. Like, kung ikaw, if you're starting out, tignan mo yung during your OJT. Yan. Yung mga area kung saan na-demonstrate mo yung iyong leadership skills. Yung mga problem-solving skills mo, i-highlight mo yon kasi syempre, titignan natin kung ano yung mga key qualities ng isang aplikante. That's why you brainstorm before you encode and before you type.
Okay.
Then, tip number 2, madali lang, no? Very simple. Syempre, kung nag-brainstorm ka na, it's time to put it all together. Ayan na. Ito na yung titignan mo kung anong format ang gagamitin mo. Titignan mo yung font size. Syempre, yung font size mo, ang dito is recommendable font size mo would be 10 to 12 points. Oo.
Font style.
Yes, yung font style, mas maganda ang gamitin mo yung Arial or yung
Malinis tignan.
Calibri. Oo.
Professional.
But please, no yung Comic Sans.
Or mga juice, ganyan.
Favorite ko pa naman yun.
Baka mamaya nagbalagay tayo dyan ng mga windings. So, make
Grabe
sure
naman.
make sure it's professionally done. Kasi
Professionally done.
tinitignan talaga
Okay.
yan ng mga hiring manager, especially for HR.
Which reminded me, kasi kami sa university where I came from, before kami gumraduate, talagang meron kaming course na tinuturuan kami kung paano gumawa ng resume. And yung
Good for you.
may mock job interview din siya. So talagang prepared kami when we graduated.
Oo, totoo. Napakahalaga na ikaw ay handa. Lalo na, itong tip number 3 ko.
Yes.
Proofread.
Yan.
Make sure that yung mga spelling mo, syempre, tama yan. Your grammar. And yung mga headings mo, like your names, yung address mo, and your email ad. Make sure na professional sounding din. Even the email, address, kasi minsan meron tayong makikita mo na
Yung mga pogi ako.
pogi ako.
Birthday ko.
yeah. Make sure parang initial mo. And then
So,
It's
siguro
professional.
quick review. You mentioned
Brainstorm.
brainstorm on the
And then
content.
put it all together
format.
in format.
Okay, and then proofread.
Yes,
Yeah.
and proofread.
What
Then-
about the length? May number of pages ba na
Yes, actually,
ideal?
if you're starting out, lalo na job, entry level
Yeah,
ito,
entry level.
at least 1 page lang. Kasi alam ninyo,
Okay.
saka wag nyo nalagyan ng character reference. Kasi
Yeah.
alam nyo yung character reference, hinihingi naman yan. If you're qualified at nagustuhan ka ng hiring manager, why not? Hihingin ko sa'yo yung character reference mo. But make sure na ilalagay mo sa resume mo yung simple, concise, and make sure na relevant yung skills and qualifications doon sa job requirement.
Very interested ako dito, Rona, from an parang insider info. So, mga HR practitioners, HR managers, once you receive a resume, how exactly do you evaluate?
Yeah.
Ay, oo, naku.
Pupunta sa trash can yung isa.
Oo,
yung isa.
totoo. Kasi sa dami ng i-review mo, sa dami mo pang gagawin, minsan, 10 applicants, i-review mo yan. Doon pa lang sa career objective, titignan mo na kung match talaga yung kanyang objective doon sa job requirements. Kaya, minsan 20 seconds, wala na. Pag hindi mo talaga,
bilis.
pag hindi talaga siya
Sa
qualified,
second page yung surprise ko, hindi mo pa binabasa.
Kaya talaga dapat palang 1 page
one
lang
page
para
na.
nandun na lahat.
Oo. Lalo na kung talagang ikaw ay nagsisimula pa lang. Kasi wala ka naman ilalagay dun the job experience mo. It's only, siguro sa OJT mo. no?
Yeah.
Yun lang naman malalagay mo. So, 1 page lang para at least hindi masasayang. Dahil yung iba dyan, na-screen na ng mga recruitment specialist, pupunta sa HR manager, dun pa lang, na-streamline na.
Ayan, natapos na tayo sa
Very
resume,
informative,
no?
yes.
So, kunwari, pasado sa resume. So, syempre, tatawagan natin sila for a job interview.
Job interview.
Yes, oo.
Ano naman po yung hinahanap natin?
First and foremost, of course, you be ready. Know the company.
Yan.
Know the vision, know the mission, know the core values. Kasi kailangan pag nag-apply ka, dapat align ito. Sabi ko nga, dun sa mga values na meron ka. At sa
Everything's available in the website nila.
Yes, oo. Titignan mo rin kung, syempre, yung company ba, makakasagabal sa mga prinsipyo mo.
Okay.
Lalo na kung
Values,
tayo,
yeah.
tayo ay Kristiyano, di ba? So, kailangan, titignan mo rin, pati minsan yung location, o minsan yung mga time, yung schedule, yung shift. So, more or less, ma-review mo na beforehand para handang-handa ka at ma-match mo na naman yung itatanong sa'yo during the interview.
Okay.
As the interviewer, ano po yung mga hinahanap niyo dun sa applicant?
What separates the good applicants or the
Yan.
would-be part of your company versus yung mga next time na lang?
Siyempre, ang hahanapin mo doon yung potential applicant na makaka-contribute doon sa goal ng organization. Yung makaka-contribute na siyempre palaguin pa yung kumpanya.
How do you determine that? How do you evaluate?
Kaya nga dapat, kung ano yung nahanap ko, yung job requirements ko, mag-match doon. Like for instance, sa sales. Siyempre, hindi naman ako kukuha ng nasa teaching, teaching profession. Kailangan meron siyang marketing skills at marunong siya sa customer service.
And I guess lalabas na yun dun sa interview process itself, no? The way he or she answers the questions.
Yes, oo.
Mga big no-nos siguro.
It's a-
Pagpasok mo sa interview, diyan ka na turn off agad na okay, walang pag-asa to.
Siyempre, tinitingnan natin kung yung readiness niya, no? Kung prepared ba siya. Siyempre, being on time. Very important yun.
What's on time? Is it kasi I heard may mga 10 minutes is okay, pwede mga 30 minutes.
Mas maganda mga 15 minutes before the call time.
Nandun ka na.
Kasi para makapag-prepare ka, kasi minsan may kabado yan Tapos minsan natataranta sila. So, you have to prepare yourself. Kasi nga, titignan din yan yung mga gestures mo. And then, kung late ka, syempre, titignan yung professionalism mo. Tatanggap ka ba ng dito pa lang nalilate ka na. Dito pa lang yung itsura mo. Hindi
Ayan.
naman kaaya-aya.
Yung tayo sa itsura, di ba?
Yes.
Importante din syempre na well-dressed or properly dressed actually yung applicants natin. And that being said, meron actually tayong mga models dito
Yes.
na naka-corporate attire and business casual attire. So
Yan.
siguro maganda kung ma-critique natin.
Yeah, very important that you dress for success. Yun yan sinatawag
Dress for
natin. Kasi yan ay first impression ng mga hiring managers. Siyempre, pagka ikaw ay ako naman pupunta kapag interview, naka-t-shirt ka, it's a no-no.
Ayan. So,
Naka-sleeveless.
pag-usapan natin yung attire.
Let's
Yes.
go ahead and look at our
Models.
Sige nga, tingnan natin. Ayan, naka-blazer sila. Ito yung corporate attire na tinatawag natin. Blazer and then skirt. And then pati yung shoes nyo, it should be closed.
Yeah.
Black shoes. At least 1 to 2 inches heels. Yung comfortable naman kayo pag naglalakad kayo. Pati sa skirt, make sure na hindi naman yun napakaikli.
Yan.
Kaya nga, syempre, pagka uupo kayo, make sure that you are also comfortable. Sa lalaki naman, nakikita natin, corporate attire lang yan, naka-blazer, naka-coat. As much as possible, malinis yung ating mga mukha. Sa pants naman, yan, slim fit would do. And then leather shoes.
Okay.
Simple, elegant, and professional.
Right.
Well, syempre pag sinabi mong wash day, hindi ka naman magsusuot ng kung ano lang. Please, it's a no-no na magsusuot tayo ng spaghetti dress.
Spaghetti
or
strap,
may,
mga revealing
sleeveless,
na
oo.
outfit.
Make sure that we do not show too much of flesh pagka nasa corporate tayo. Like for this one, ayan, naka-denim siya. Please, no torn jeans, Meron tayong mga tinatawag na sira-sira minsan. Huwag niyo susuot yun sa company. So, yan, blazer, blouse would do. And closed shoes.
Maganda
yan.
pa rin yung naka-close
Oo,
catwash.
talaga. And also, doon naman sa mga lalaki, white long sleeves would do. Or any color long sleeves. And then slim fit, tapos leather shoes. Depende talaga yun sa isang organization. Lalo na kung anong klaseng culture meron sila. But, to be safe, medyo dun tayo sa conservative side. Kasi, we are all professionals, di ba? Pag nag-a-apply ka, dapat maging maganda yung impression sa'yo. Not only the employers, but also yung mga customers na haharapin mo.
Ayan, thank you for those tips, Ms. Christy.
Oh, very short yung discussion natin, Miss Christy, but very informative. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's a privilege. Thank you.
And now let's listen to Bishop Ruben Abante as he imparts some practical biblical guidelines in Hebrews.
Welcome to Hebrews. Ito ang segment sa ating Lighthouse Cafe na naglalayo na bigyan daan ang mga katuruan, mga prinsipyo, mga magagandang aral para ang ating personalidad ay ma-develop katulad ng pinag-uusapan sa ating mga episodes, sa ating mga segments ngayon. Now, ang isang tunay na Kristiyano ay may Kristo sa kanyang buhay. Kapag ang isang tao ay sumampalataya kay Kristo, naniwala at sumampalataya na siya ay namatay at inilibing at nabuhay na mag-uli para sa Kanya at tinanggap siya bilang Panginoon tagapagligtas, nagsisimulang manahan sa Kanya ang Espiritu ng Panginoon at binibigyan siya ng pagbabagong buhay. Kaya ang sinasabi sa 2 Corinthians 5:17 ay ito, "Therefore, if any man be in Christ, he is a new creature or creation. All things are passed away, and behold, all things are become new." Well, para bang sa itsura, ay walang pagkakaiba ang isang mananampalataya at hindi mananampalataya. Subalit alam mo, ang kanyang kalooban ay nagkakaroon ng pagbabago. Ang kanyang kaisipan, ang kanyang mga iniibig sa buhay na ito, o yung mga gawin niya ay nagkakaroon ng pagbabago dahil sa Espiritu ng Panginoon at dahil sa katuruan ng salita ng Diyos. Nagiging mahalaga sa kanya ang salita ng Diyos. At dahil siya'y nakikinig, siya'y tumatalima, siya ay tumitingin sa salita ng Diyos, ang Espiritu ng Panginoon ay patuloy na nangungusap sa kanya at sa kanya ay nagbubunga. Kaya nga doon sa Galatians 5:22, ito ang sinasabi, "But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness." Ang lahat ng ito ay bunga ng Espiritu sa pamamagitan ng pakikinig at pakikinig ng salita ng Diyos. Alam niyo po, ang Espiritu ng Diyos ay kikilos laging sa pamamagitan ng Kanyang salita. In Romans 8:1, ang sinasabi ni Apostle Paul ay ito, "There is therefore now no condemnation to them which are in Christ Jesus, who walk not after the flesh, but after the Spirit." Ito pong verse na ito ay magsasabi sa atin kung ano ang kahalagahan ng pagkilos ng Espiritu ng Diyos sa mananampalataya. Tinuturuan tayo palagi. In Ephesians chapter 2 and verse 10, ang sabi po ay, "For we are His workmanship, created in Christ Jesus unto good works." Ibig sabihin po, ang mabuting gawa pala ay hindi ginagawa para maligtas. Ngunit ginagawa matapos tayong makakilala kay Kristo. At sinasabi pa sa talatang ito, "Which God hath before ordained that we should walk in them." You see, we are expected to have a different walk. Ang mananampalataya, ang tunay na Kristiyano, ay ini-expect po na magkaroon ng ibang lakarin. Kung kaya nga, ang biblical term na ginagamit ay we are then His peculiar people. Ano po? Kaya nga nasabi kanina ni Dr. Mel Torres, yung bang peculiar in the sense na ang isang mananampalataya is always above the usual. So let me just say again what I have said doon sa segment na yan. Ang totoong Kristiyano po, if the whole world would be sitting, then the true Christian should be standing. If the whole world would be standing, then the Christian should be standing out. Nakaangat po siya. And then if the whole world would be standing out, then the Christian should be outstanding. If the whole world would dare to be outstanding, then the Christian should be the standard. Now, this is consistent with the Word of God. Sa pag-aaral, sa pakikinig, sa pagiging established sa salita ng Diyos, hindi maaari na ang isang tunay na mananampalataya ay maging angat above the usual. That is the basic difference from an unsaved person. Why don't you trust Christ? Be above the usual. God bless you.
Hi friends! Kumusta naman ang buong linggo nyo? Puro OT na naman ba kayo this week? Nakatagpo na naman ba kayo ng forever sa EDSA? Or di kaya iniwan na naman kayo ng forever nyo sa EDSA? May katampuhan ba kayo? O wala na naman bang laman ang mga wallet nyo?
Oh, kalma ka lang, Daisley.
Ay.
Stop muna tayo at mag-break muna tayo from all this haggardness na nararanasan natin every day. Dahil alam nyo bang hindi maganda sa ating kalusugan ang sobrang stress. Kaya nga, para mabawasan naman ang stress natin ngayong araw, makakasama natin muli ang diabetologist mula sa Capital Medical Center at ang president ng Diabetes Philippines Incorporated.
She was also our resource speaker last week on the topic of diabetes, Dr. Rima Tandico Tan. Muli, Doc, welcome po sa Lighthouse Cafe.
Salamat naman. Parang lagi niyo ko in-invite, ha?
Siyempre po. Ano po ba ang ibig sabihin ng stress?
Maganda yan. Kasi, minsan, well, there are many definitions actually. Parang pwede mo i-describe siya sa iba-ibang paraan. Pwede mo sabihin stress yung event mismo. Di ba yung may nangyari? Stress yun, may namatayan kayo or something like that. Stress yun, na aksidente. Pero, I think ang topic natin ngayon is how stress affects us. Di ba?
Yeah.
So, how external events, yung mga pangyayari sa buhay natin, nakaka-apekto sa atin at paano yung reaction ng katawan natin doon. Ng katawan natin at saka ng isip natin.
No, well, ano po ba ang negative effects nun sa ating kalusugan po?
Nako, napakarami. No? Napakarami. Pwedeng short lang ang stress, so pwedeng maganda yung effect dahil nakaka-adjust ka. Pero yung mga chronic stress, yun ang hindi maganda. So, actually, if you look at literature, it affects all parts of the body. So, yung iba, ang manifestation, masakit ang ulo, nahihilo, nangihina. Yung iba, nagpapalpitate. Pinaka-worst, inaatake sa puso. Yung iba, nagkakaroon ng GI gastrointestinal problems, nagtatae, or constipated, or sinisikmura. Yung iba naman may pains, diba? Hindi natin alam, pero yung ibang nagko-complain ng chronic back pain or chronic pain elsewhere na palipat-lipat, minsan manifestation ng stress yun. So there are actually many manifestations of stress sa katawan natin.
So,
Pwede rin depression, diba?
So, ano po ba yung mga sakit na pwedeng mag-result kapag sobrang stressed po yung isang tao?
Ang pinaka-common na nakikita natin is yung sa hypertension, sa puso. In fact, there is actually an entity, ang tawag takot subo, na heart attack or heart disease brought about by stress. Kasi nahihirapan yung heart mag-adjust doon sa stressful stimulus. Kasi pag na-stress tayo, naglalabas tayo sa brain natin ng mga transmitters ng mga hormones, adrenaline, cortisol, na nagkokos na ang puso natin ay mag-beat ng mabilis, di ba? So, that's one of the manifestations. Kaya may palpitasyon. Yung extreme noon, na-discover nila, meron daw nangyayari sa puso na lumalaki yung isang part ng puso, nagiging parang base-like. Kaya takotsubo is a Japanese term actually, na nangyayari in people who are stressed. Yun ang pinaka-extreme na nun. Sa diabetes naman, which is my specialty, pag stress ang isang tao, nagluloko rin yung hormones so that tumataas ang sugar. So nahihirapan kami mag-adjust or mag-control ng... Yung pasyente, nahihirapan din because stress siya. So nagkakaloko-loko yung hormones, tumataas ang sugar. Direct effect yun. May indirect effect pa yan. Indirect effect meaning, na-stress ako, instead of me doing the right thing or eating healthy food, kunyari, diabetic ako, dahil stress ako, ang kinakain ko yung mga bad food. Di ba may ganon? Gusto mag-chocolate kasi na-stress. Parang ganon. Or dapat nag-exercise, hindi na nag-exercise dahil na-stress siya. So, there are direct effects and there are indirect effects. Marami po yun.
Meron po bang signs and symptoms po or yun na po ba yun?
Different people manifest stress in different manners, in different ways. Diba? Nakikita ko yun sa pasyente ko eh. Iba-iba. At sinasabi naman nila Doc, pag na-stress ako, nagtatay ako, diba? Parang may ganon diba? Or Doc, sumasakit ang ulo ko. Or Doc, hindi ako makatulog. Pag tinanong mo, yung pala may problema, may stress.
Okay.
Parang ganon. So, kanya-kanya yun, but it can affect all the parts of the body. And the manifestations can be different.
So, Doc, sa narinig po namin, sinasabi po na mostly yung stress po talaga ay na-encounter natin in the workplace. Pero aside po doon, meron din po silang sinasabi na sedentary lifestyle na sinasabi nagkakaroon din ng negative effects sa kalusugan natin. So, totoo po ba yung study na yun?
I think so, no? Hindi lang negative, maraming negative effect actually because it can lead to diabetes, hypertension, obesity, etc. So, dapat active tayo. And I think the question comes from the solutions to stress. Kasi sinasabi ng mga nag-aaral na one of the ways to manage stress is to be more physically active. Na exercise is one of the ways you can, parang relieve yourself of the stress. Yes. Siguro yun. Yun ang ibig sabihin nun.
Okay. Meron po ba tayong mga sakit po na maaring makuha pa kapag may ganong lifestyle na nabanggit po?
Ay, yung sedentary, marami. So, by not moving lang, for example, people who work 8 to 5 and sit in front of the computer, napag-aralan nila yan. Compared to somebody who moves or who gets up, kung ang isang empleyado, for example, nakaupo lang at hindi tumatayo ng diretsong 5 oras, 8 oras, mas nagkakasakit sila ng diabetes, ng hypertension, ng heart disease, nagiging obese sila compared to somebody who works 8 to 5 pero who gets up every hour to move. No? Either umiikot sa kwarto, kumukuha ng papel, aakyat sa ibang level ng opisina. So actually, pinopromote, pinupush namin yan that we should not spend more than 90 minutes, kung pwede nga every hour, Ang 90 minutes, 1.5 hours di ba?
Opo.
Dapat not more than 90 minutes daw tayo nakaupo. So, dapat every 90 minutes, or better nga, every hour, tumatayo tayo.
Naglalakad-lakad
Yeah.
po sa...
For example, ako sa clinic, I intentionally get up to get the blood pressure or to examine the patient para every 30 minutes at least nakaka-move ako. So, sa opisina, dapat ganyan din. If you're an office worker, dapat tumatayo ka, kuha ka ng papel. Huwag mo nang tawagan yung kaopisina mo, puntahan mo na. Or kung pwede nga, kung magre-restroom ka, wag on the same floor. You go to the other floors para mas nakapag-exercise ka.
Oo, gamitin po yung hagdan.
Yes. Pwede magtelepono naglalakad siguro, di ba? Parang ganon.
So, in short po, paano po ba talaga natin dapat maiwasan ng stress? Or from your own experience po, how do you handle stress?
Okay. Una, I think, dapat ma-identify natin anong nag-stress sa atin. Di ba? Kasi you need to know. Pag hindi mo alam, hindi mo makorek eh. So, we need to identify, find out ano ba yung nag-stress sa akin. Pangalawa, kung alam mo na kung ano yung nag-stress sa'yo, gawan mo ng paraan, hanapan mo ng solusyon. Di ba? If it's work, if there's a chance for you to change work, maybe you should change your work. Parang ganon, no? So, kung kaya mong baguhin mo or tanggalin mo yung source ng stress mo. Kung hindi mo kayang alisin, like for example, traffic, hindi naman natin masosolve yan, di ba? Or yung asawa mong stress mo. Sometimes that's the case, di ba? Or yung family mo. You just have to learn to live with it. You change your attitude towards it. I think we can do that eh. No, baguhin natin yung attitude natin para hindi tayo na-stress. Or you can practice relaxation techniques, di ba? Listen to music. Ang sinasabi kadalasan ng iba, mag-exercise, mag-yoga, mag-meditation.
Yung mga bagong hobbies po ngayon, pwedeng...
Mag-painting, maraming pwedeng gawin, no? Ako personally, natanong mo personally, how do I do it? If I cannot change the situation, pinagdadasal ko na lang. No? Sabi, there are things you really cannot change. You just have to accept it. Diba may saying na ganon, na may dasal na ganon, na Lord, ituro mo sa akin anong mababago ko at babaguhin ko. Pero yung hindi ko mababago, ituro mo sa akin yung paraan na tanggapin ito. Diba? And learn to live with it. So kung wala na talaga akong magawa at sa tingin ko wala na, pinapasa Diyos ko na lang at pinagdadasal ko na lang na, you know, in time, na God will make a way. Marami tayong pwedeng magawa, but each person is different. So you just have to look for kung ano ba yung mag-work sa'yo. Opo.
Maraming salamat po, Doc, sa napaka-valuable insights po na napag-usapan natin yan. Especially po, your example, speak of seeking the Lord po whenever you're stressed.
Importante talaga yun. I think, malaking bagay yun.
Opo. And to just add po, sabi nga po sa Bible, sa Proverbs 17:22, a merry heart doeth good like a medicine, but a broken spirit drieth the bones. So let's learn to trust God in every situation in our life and rejoice that He will come through for us, whatever it is that we're stressing about. Kaya wag na kayong ma-stress, mga friends. Tingin lang kayo sa akin para mag-smile na rin kayo. And kaya samahan niyo po kami muli sa susunod na linggo para sa isa na namang stress-free na usapan dito sa ating Doc Talks!
Thank you for having joined us today in our talks today here at Lighthouse Cafe. We hope you were blessed and you enjoyed our discussions.
And of course, we'd like to hear from our audience. You can send your comments and feedback in our official Facebook page. Hanapin lamang po ninyo ang Lighthouse Cafe. And you can also send us a message in our email, goodtalks@lighthousecafetv.com.
And if you have friends who are non-Signal subscribers, you can, of course, go to YouTube and then just search for Lighthouse Bible Baptist Church channel, and you can find our videos there. You can also send questions. And if you have any interest, kung ano man po, baka meron kayong gustong pag-usapan nating topic, then we can feature that. Be with us again next week as the Lighthouse Bible Baptist Church brings to you another episode of the Lighthouse Cafe, where good talks happen.